Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Furniture Today news desk. I'm Tom Russell, Senior Editor, and I am here with Jason Baumgartner, Senior Manager of Business Development and Client Services at Furniture Solutions Network, and also with Melanie Gallagher, Senior Manager of Network Performance and Business Development. I would like to welcome you both to the news desk.
Thank you. It's glad to be here.
Yes.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Thank you for taking time. I know it's a busy market cycle for everybody, but tell us first off for our viewers a little bit about what it is you all do, just so they can kind of hear straight from the source.
Sure. Mel, I can kick off and tell a little bit about, and then feel free to add. We at Furniture Solutions Network, we are a company that manages third-party contractors specific to the furniture industry. So we have a nationwide network of technicians that we supply and partner with furniture retailers directly, manufacturers, and warranty companies. So our technicians are throughout the United States. Like I had said, we're in almost all of the lower 48 states, with the exception of Montana currently, and Arkansas. But we source technicians based on conversations with prospective partners or current partners and their need in certain metropolitan or other areas outside of that. But that's kind of our core business now. And we're looking in what we've compiled as a leadership team that is well versed in all aspects of the furniture industry. So we're looking to really fulfill our name in many different avenues. So as Furniture Solutions Network, when a potential partner or a current partner comes to us and says, hey, we're having difficulty with X or Y or Z, we take that away and we don't come back with the reply of, hey, we are just a repair company. We internally look to source and solve for whatever that problem may be, operationally, around consumer experience, et cetera.
Well, you know, we're in a very interesting time, Jason and Melanie, and during a pandemic, what has business been like for FSN? How has your business been affected, or demand for your services changed, if at all?
Well, it's funny because when the pandemic first started, we were just as nervous as everybody else. Oh my gosh, our business may be coming to an end. Our business, is through the front door of a business or a residential consumer. And so that first month for us was scary because our business started to drop. But what we found in communicating with the customers that were coming to us is, as long as we were taking all of the correct precautions of sanitizing our equipment, making sure our technicians were masked and gloved, and making sure that everything was clean between premise to premise and whatnot, that as long as we catered to that individual consumer's needs, we really didn't have much of a service blip at all. So we had about 30 days of oh my gosh, what more can we do? How do we diversify our business? And at that point, some of our senior leadership actually took some training and certification in killing viruses such as COVID-19 to make sure we were positioned well. And then since that initial, we're all on lockdown, how do we handle this? Our business has actually grown pretty steadily. A lot of our retailers have communicated that, well, folks are at home, they're making purchases via e-commerce and online. And of course, if you're buying things are getting dinged or damaged upon delivery, and that requires service. And so we really were very lucky in the fact that we weren't impacted too negatively within the pandemic.
Well, that's good to hear, because we know, as obviously a lot of retailers were shut down for a period of time during the lockdowns. But one area of the business that we have heard was thriving for almost everybody that we spoke to on the case goods side and the upholstery side was e-commerce. It almost like the e-commerce side of the business had thrived as everybody was waiting for brick and mortar to kind of reopen. With all the shipments that were going on, we know that some goods, I won't venture to guess what percentage, but some goods, I'm sure, experienced some level of damages. Did you see with this bump in e-commerce shipments during the pandemic that there was an increase in demand?
Yeah, we have seen an increase in demand driven by the additional deliveries via e-commerce. I mean, stuff happens, and well, we wish it, we wish on one hand it all got there in great condition. On the other hand, that's our bread and butter, is making sure that your consumer is happy with their delivery upon when it is left. We've also seen spikes in warranty work through the big warranty companies that are out there because folks are stuck at home. Yeah. And things that traditionally don't break down, or not necessarily break down, but things that traditionally aren't necessarily abused by families and children. When you've got 4 little ones trapped in the house doing parkour on your furniture, stuff happens. Yeah. So, well, I'm sure those warranty companies aren't necessarily real overjoyed with the additional claims. I can tell you that families who purchase them are overjoyed that they bought the coverage and have somebody there to help them.
Yeah, I mean, just to couple with what Melanie is saying too, Tom, we have seen an outreach from the e-commerce potential partners, whether they've come to us via our website, fsnpro.com, or they have responded to some of our e-blasts that we've sent out to you all, or they've just come to us from word of mouth. They are seeking some a different way of handling these damages that are occurring, whether in transit or some accidental damage that may be happening in the home, with consumers, being that we all were home with our families a lot more than we had been used to.
Yeah, and it's funny because we hear one of the most repeated lines is, well, people are at home more, they're seeing what they need to replace in their home, but I guess they're also seeing what they need to repair as well if they don't want to necessarily replace an heirloom. But the fact that you have more than 200 technicians around almost every state around the country, sounds like there's a good convenience factor that you all offer, being able to go right to the consumers.
Yeah, it's one of the things we pride ourselves on, being able to not only complete the work at a high level in a high percentage of the time, but get to the consumer rather quickly, because we know that can be a pain point. The consumer has purchased something new. They're excited about the purchase. And then that disappointment strikes when something happens. So we really structure a lot of training, a lot of education around not just the technical side and the hands-on repair work that our technicians in the field are very good at, but a lot of that soft skill training, a lot of how to, what we call internally, set the stage, walk the consumer through the process, make him or her feel very comfortable with what's going to happen, and ensure that we're there to do our best to solve what their point is.
Yeah, we actually end up somewhat reselling the piece again to the consumer, validating that they made a great choice, that this is a beautiful piece from whichever partner that they chose to purchase it from. Additionally, we also offer direct to consumer services, so that consumer knows that they can always reach out to us, or if they're dealing with a partner that offers direct to consumer, for additional help on anything else that they own.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I guess in closing, right now there seems to be a lot of tailwinds in the industry, a lot of high demand for product. And I think everybody's wondering right now, my gosh, how long is this going to last? What is your outlook? Based on what you've seen in the industry, and how well positioned do you think you are to kind of continue moving forward, growing and expanding with the industry, helping the industry kind of, continue this forward progression?
Well, we really listen to our partners and what they need and help to build upon that brand of theirs and kind of extend. So we see where we're sitting becoming stronger and stronger as the industry goes. I don't see a drop off coming from what people want in their homes. Mm-hmm. I think people have reevaluated their lives with not being able to go out all the time, and they want to make their nest. They're feathering their nest, if you will. Yes. And part of that involves making sure that everything's cared for and well protected. So when those partners reach out for those additional things, those nice to things, if you will, we try and make that stronger. For example, we've got partners that don't necessarily have powerhouse e-commerce sites. So they know that they would have to drive their business and differentiate themselves by offering the best customer service that's out there. Mm-hmm. So that's where they'll partner with us on days to get to the consumer. You know, how quickly are we talking to them? How are we solidifying that sale in the field?
Yeah, I completely agree, Mel. And one of the things that we've seen as we've, gone through this pandemic and we continue to recover as a nation is we've seen a direct result in our particular role in the industry increase by many, many percentage points based upon all of the volume. We know that the retail sales volume is up 20, 30, 40% in certain markets across the country. And no matter what percentage it's up from what it was last year for the retailers. Only making our services that much more important, we feel, to the retailer, to the warranty provider, or to the manufacturer. We know that there's struggles right now in getting product in, and there's back orders and POs that are just really hindering the retailer's opportunity to get to the consumer's home as quickly as they would like. So we are there to help with any of the inherent damages that may happen in transit, et cetera. We're there to help put a Band-Aid on that and correct it for them so they don't have to wait on a replacement part. We want to take care of the customer in the moment for them.
It all sounds great. This has been a great discussion. Again, I'm here, Tom Russell, on the Furniture Today news desk at the High Point Market with Jason Baumgartner and Melanie Gallagher. Again, Jason and Melanie, thank you so much. Sounds like you got some great stuff going on, and wish you all the best going forward. And we look forward to staying in touch. Please keep us posted as this develops.
Will do. Stay safe.
Will do.
Thank you all. Thank you again.